Coming up tonight, the boy who suffered cardiac arrest after his COVID-19 jab gets a $225,000 payout. Hospitals will introduce vaccination differentiated rules when ward visits are allowed to resume on Thursday. And just 3 days old, check out this new video of the first panda cub born in Singapore. This is the Straits Times Newsnight. Good evening, I'm Dylan Ang. $225,000 has been provided to the 16-year-old who suffered a cardiac arrest after receiving his first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine under the Vaccine Injury Financial Assistance Program. Now, this is the maximum one-time payout that the program provides for patients who suffered from serious side effects caused by the vaccine that results in permanent severe disability or death. The teen is currently undergoing inpatient rehab and is recovering steadily and will likely be discharged in the coming weeks. Now, a quick look at the sequence of events that unfolded. The teen had received his first Pfizer-BioNTech community dose on June 27th. 6 days later, on July 3rd, he collapsed following a cardiac arrest after developing acute severe myocarditis or inflammation of the heart muscle. An adverse event, MOH said, may have been aggravated by his strenuous lifting of weights and high caffeine consumption through energy drinks and supplements. MOH said he will likely require outpatient rehab for some time before he can return to school and resume other activities. 0.12%, now that's the percentage of over 7.5 million COVID-19 vaccine doses administered here that the Health Sciences Authority said were classified as suspected adverse events. A total of 9,403 suspected adverse event reports were received, and of these, 389 or 0.005% were classified as serious adverse events as of July 31st. HSA said the most frequently reported adverse events was anaphylaxis, with myocarditis and pericarditis among the rarer side effects seen in some people. Vaccination differentiated rules will be introduced for visitors to hospital wards starting from Thursday. Those who are fully vaccinated, partially vaccinated, or recovered from COVID-19 with a valid pre-event test exemption notice will be able to enter wards without having to take a pre-visit test. But from October 1st, those who are partially vaccinated will have to show a negative pre-visit test result before being allowed to visit the wards. And taking a look at Singapore's daily COVID-19 numbers, 53 new local cases were confirmed today, 48 locally transmitted and 5 imported. Now, of the local infections, 39 are linked to previous cases and 9 are currently unlinked. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry says it is investigating likely transmission at 695 Jurong West Central 1 after 14 cases were found in 6 households there. MOH said they will conduct mandatory testing for residents of the block tomorrow, August 17th, between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. at the void deck of the block itself. An undergrad who was studying in the UK but flew back to Singapore last year has been convicted of exposing others to the risk of COVID-19 infection. Esther Tan Ling Ying had flu-like symptoms before she travelled, but in breach of her stay-home notice, she ate at a food court in the airport and lied about her travel history when she went to a clinic in Clementi. She later tested positive for the virus. Tan can be jailed for up to 6 months and fined up to $10,000. A 59-year-old man who redeemed more than 200 masks using the IC numbers of others is among 5 individuals who have been hauled to court. Dominic Maitriani Chin is said to have used the IC numbers of 13 people to redeem masks from a vending machine in Toa Payoh last December. Police also found another 244 mask packs during the course of investigations. Now, if convicted of cheating, he may be jailed for up to 10 years or fined. And deep uncertainty in Malaysia tonight after Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin and his entire cabinet resigned after 18 months in power. Mr. Muhyiddin conceding that he has lost his majority support to govern. Earlier in the day, the king accepted Muhyiddin's resignation and appointed him as caretaker prime minister until a successor is found. So what can we expect to happen next? Here's the latest from our Malaysia Bureau Chief Shannon Teo in Kuala Lumpur.
As far as we know, up to now, no agreement has been struck. UMNO is still split, and until obviously until someone can come up with at least 111, the king's not going to be able to solve this predicament all on his own. So it is up to the politicians. The politicians have decided this is not the government that Malaysia should have. So it's up to the politicians to figure out what is the next government, and then Malaysians will decide if you are happy with that government.
And this video has gone viral on social media, showing hundreds of Afghans not wanting to be left behind as the United States rushes to evacuate its embassy staff and citizens from Kabul. It comes as the Taliban takes full control of Afghanistan after the withdrawal of US troops. Now let's take a look at some of today's top trending stories. Sinsin and Lele are two of the popular names suggested by Straits Times readers for the first panda cub to be born in Singapore. Now Sinsin refers to heart in Mandarin and Lele refers to joy. Now here's some new footage of the cub who was born to Kai Kai and Jia Jia at the river safari on Saturday morning. A long time coming for the pair who began mating in 2015. It was through artificial insemination that Jia Jia conceived. And other name suggestions included Si Wang or hope, An An peace, Kang Kang health and En En gratitude. Have to say that Sinsin is probably my favorite. But what about you? Have other names you like to share? Tell us in the comments below. And sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's true. NTU researchers have developed a battery that could use sweat, yes, sweat, to power wearables like smartwatches and fitness trackers. How does it work? Well, the chloride ions and acidity of sweat causes the silver flakes of the stretchable battery to clump together. And it is this chemical reaction that increases the flake's ability to conduct electricity and work like electrodes to make a current flow. In a trial, the 2cm by 2cm battery, as flat as a small paper bandage, was able to generate enough output to power a commercial temperature sensor device and send the data to a smartphone after just 30 minutes on a stationary bicycle. And that wraps up the Straits Times Newsnight. Do visit straitstimes.com to see more news and videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the button below. Keep safe. I'll see you tomorrow.